Hi, this is Praveen, Digital Marketing Trainer at WebD School. In this session, we are going to dive deep into one of the most powerful web analytic tools created for every digital marketer, that is Hotjar. If you ever wondered why visitors don't click the CTA button or why visitors don't scroll the page till the end, the answer is right in Hotjar. We can check this through heat maps and screen recordings. By this end of session, you will learn what is Hotjar and how Hotjar can be used. Secondly, what is heat maps and how we can analyze user experience through heat maps. Third, what is recordings and how you can analyze user interactions using recordings. What is Hotjar? Let's start with the basics. Hotjar is a behavior analysis tool that helps you understand how users actually interact with your website. Not just what they do, but why they do it. Unlike Google Analytics, which shows numbers like bounce rate, time on site, Hotjar shows visual behavior. You can literally see what users click, scroll, or drop off. It has three main features: heat maps, recordings, and feedbacks. Heat maps, visual map shows where users click, move, and scroll. Recording shows real user sessions, captures, and videos. Feedback tools like surveys to gather direct visitor feedbacks. In today's session, we will focus mainly on heat maps and recordings since they are the most useful tools for digital marketers. So to start with, this is the dashboard. In this dashboard, we can see overall analytics of each metrics. So likewise, total sessions, how many sessions or users visit to our website. Next is average session duration. What is the average time a user is interacting in our websites, and also bounce rates and average pages per session. So the dashboard can be viewed to see all the analytics in a single page. Let's talk about heat maps, one of the most exciting feature in Hotjar. A heat map visually represents user engagement on a page. Red or orange means high interactions, blue means low interactions. There are three types of heat maps. Firstly, clicks heat maps. What it shows is where users click the most. Perfect for seeing if people interact with the CTA button or the resume button we have placed. Secondly is move heat map. What move heat map does is tracks where users move their cursor. It's a good indicator of attention zones like the hero section or the placement sections. Thirdly, scroll heat maps. In scroll heat maps, users can be analyzed how far they scroll in a websites. Helps us to know if the people are reaching the bottom section or key content in our websites. These are the three types of heat maps. Firstly, starting with clicks. Here in this heat map, we can see what all sections users clicked on, like the menu section, CTA section, the form section, and which places the user have interacted in our web page. Secondly is the move section. The move section shows what all sections users moved their cursors and what sections they have placed their mouse on. Thirdly is the scroll section. It shows how depth the user has interacted in our websites. For example, if your heat map shows that most users click the top navigation instead of the enroll now CTA button, it means that the CTA isn't standing out enough. If users drop off before reaching the pricing section, maybe it is placed far down the page. The scroll heat map tells that to you. So this is how you will be analyzing the data using heat maps and making the relevant changes so that user attain the specific goal like filling the form or clicking the CTA button. Now let's move to recordings, my favorite Hotjar feature. Recordings capture real user sessions, how a visitor moves through your site, where they hesitate, scroll, or rage click. Each recording gives you powerful behavior clues. For example, if you see a user repeatedly clicking a non-clickable image, that is a UX confusion point. If a user scrolls up and down many times on a pricing page, maybe your pricing isn't clear. If you abandoned a form halfway, maybe the form is too long or asking unnecessary details. So to rectify all these errors and mistakes, we will be using recordings and focusing on how user is interacting with my website and making some necessary changes to analyze the user flow. For example, if a user is interacting with the tools given to them, they will be scrolling in the tools section and they will be spending most of the times seeing what are the tools covered under the tool section. To increase the engagement, we can move the tool section below the hero section so that they will be easily seeing the tool section. This is how recordings plays a major role in rearranging different sections of a website and making the website more user friendly and giving the correct information to the exact person in a way so that they will be clicking on the CTA and filling the form or taking the necessary action which is intended by the company or the digital marketer. So finally, recordings are great for CRO, which is conversion rate optimization. You can use them to identify where users drop off in your funnel, fix broken elements or laggy buttons, simplify navigation or checkout flows. After watching 10 to 15 recordings, you will start noticing patterns. Those patterns tell you what you visually really think about your website design. Lastly, how marketers can use Hotjar. Now, we can practically think and solve how Hotjar will play a major role for digital marketers. First, landing page optimization. We can use heat maps before and after an A/B test to see how design changes affect the engagement. Secondly, for e-commerce websites, we can watch recordings to identify friction during checkout or cart abandoned points. Thirdly, for content marketing, we can use scroll maps to see if people read your blog till the end. If not, shorten your content or add CTS midway. Lastly, for ad campaign analysis, we can send traffic from Meta or Google Ads to landing page and use Hotjar to see how users behave after clicking your ad. Hotjar bridges the gap between the data and human behavior. You stop guessing and start making decisions based on user experience. In today's session, you learned how Hotjar's recording and heat maps help understand user behavior. When combined with analytical tools like Google Analytics, we can clearly understand why things happen and where things happen in my website. If you are a freelance digital marketer or a business owner, we can clearly integrate Hotjar into my websites and collect useful and meaningful insights so that we can improve our user experience as well as collect more leads and conversions. Thank you for attending the session. I'll see you in the next one.